Welcome to TSAN Radio, the show about nothing but yet about everything. I go by the name of Kash Tomas. That's gonna be my moniker for today. And I'm sitting here with a special guest. We're doing a one-on-one kind of thing. My co-hosts aren't here because they're working. They're playing 2K, stuff that niggers do. Niggas. But, I'm going to start doing these one-on-one episodes where I sit down with lovely young ladies. No, I'm joking. But I got a long time friend in the building, and she's really cool. She's going to introduce herself very energetically.
So my name is Nick, and my mama called me Nicole. She does.
It's the real shit.
We are. If you want to check me out, you can find me on Instagram at the Bronx Witch, and also for this special moment in time that we got going on right now, you can catch me on Instagram and on Twitter at Cardi Flee. That's FLEE for those of y'all who don't know what that is.
Right, and if you don't understand Flea, then you haven't seen Killer Season. Or you don't have a dog.
And if she ain't seen Killer Season, then she's
not
too
right
young for you. No, yeah.
Well, not me.
For any of y'all, if she hasn't seen Killer Season.
What if she's 40 and she's?
Do you really want to sleep with a 40-year-old woman who hasn't seen Killer Season?
I don't have sex anymore, so I don't know. I can't even.
I don't even know how. I don't know how we got here, but back to y'all.
All right, so we sitting here with Nick, aka.
The Bronx Witch.
You said it. The Bronx Witch. Do not confuse that with bitch. The Bronx Witch.
D-A. The Bronx.
Duh. Because you can't say the Bronx. You have to say the Bronx.
Right. Because if you say then you're
obviously
acknowledging that we were colonized by a family called the Bronx. But
we
won't go there unless necessary.
We have some jewels being dropped about the Bronx. My co-host, young Billy D, he's not here right now, but he has a problem with the Bronx. He jokes a lot about it, but
Hi, Billy.
he's just shout out to
Hi.
Billy D.
Can't wait to meet you.
She has a knife in her hand, Billy.
I have a mic in my hand.
And it slices. He gives the Bronx a bad rap, and I always say the Bronx is alright, man. It's just certain parts,
It's
but
probably rightfully earned. That's a good assessment.
What would you being a Bronx witch? Give me something about the Bronx that you don't like, because I know you're gonna rep your borough, but what something that you see and you be like, damn, I wish I wasn't from here. I wish I was from Harlem.
I think because I grew up in the Bronx in the 90s. Like I was born in the 80s, but I grew up there in the 90s. And the one thing in my life that just really drives home this whole thing about the Bronx is the fact that we've got like a really strong warrior class out there.
Warrior class, for the people that don't understand what that might be, what actually is a warrior class?
So the warrior class that I'm talking about are like the Bloods and the Nietas and the Latin Kings and the Crips. All the little groups and subsets of youth that were out there either protecting what they felt was their territory or protecting their income. Like those sets of people, that's the warrior class.
Okay.
So we have a really, really, really strong warrior class, but they got caught up. They got caught up in the the changes that Giuliani made to the laws, the Rockefeller drug laws, all that cocaine, crack shit.
Right.
That made the 90s in New York City the 90s. Like, they unfortunately caught the brunt of that.
That was definitely the golden era. And speaking of Giuliani, I always commended him as a child, only because to me it was like he was I wasn't like a street kid, so he cleaned up the streets. It got safer after a while to me.
He changed the streets.
I think some of the people he got incarcerated, some of the things that took place at that time might not have been what everybody agreed with. But I'm just saying, as a kid that wasn't into like violence and drugs and shit, I kind of, after a while, I felt like, okay, I can go through this block. I can go through 174th and that long staircase.
Well, as a kid,
I could walk through Burnside.
Yeah,
Still can't walk through Burnside.
I'm
But
saying, it's like, as a kid who was into drugs and violence,
you?
what I noticed is the precedence that Giuliani set is actually what got us caught up with this stop and frisk shit that we had happening.
Okay.
So he set the blueprint that made whoever was in charge say yes to the shit that he proposed, which got us caught up.
And I totally changed my views now on stop and frisk, because at one point I was like, okay, I was like, it's fine, I understand it. No, don't frisk me. Unless you look like you. But no, anyway, back to the subject. Yeah, there you go. So much fun when I do my 101s. But seriously, like that was that era. That era in the, let's go. This is like a Bronx episode. Let's talk about the Bronx. Yes. Like, I'm a Harlem guy, but like I spent so much time in the Bronx. It was so real, you know. And I always say this: River Park Towers, 1600, 1750, 1820. All those buildings where hip hop started. Those big four buildings, one way in, one way out. It was
West Side.
That's right by the water. It was tough. Like, I seen a lot of shit. Tell me at least one thing that like blew your mind that you saw, but like in the Bronx, as a youth. I know you got probably 1,000. It is the Bronx, but like, you ever seen anything real ridiculous? Like somebody being shot in your...
I was something ridiculous, and the most crazy thing that I saw in that moment, it's not even like what I experienced. It was bystanders. Like, there was mad people, just young men. People who could be in the warrior class. It could have been the intellects. I don't know who these kids were, but they was watching.
Wait, all right. So I don't want to dig too deep into you.
Yeah.
But I have to, because you just threw it out there.
Let's just say I should have been news at 10, 11, and 9 a.m. the next day.
Really?
Cheer.
That's my cheer. You can't take that. Cheer. That was my rap days. I used to do that.
Sorry.
You a wild child?
It's not that I was a wild child, but I was wild.
You was banging?
No, you know what it was?
Yes.
I was raised in a house with a mother whose mom is from South Carolina. So I'm one of them, I guess, second wave migrants of people who were trying to flee from like all that Jim Crow shit and all that nonsense that was going on down in the South that people sometimes forget. So my grandmother got my mom and my aunts and my uncle up here to escape everything that happened down there, which at that time would have been like heroin. Remember back in the 70s and the 60s, like drugs and heroin got really bad in the community.
Right.
So she got them out of the rural area and got them around things that, like, more positive things that they could actually get to on their own. She got them to safer ground. So my mom had me in the 80s. She didn't take me out of the Bronx during the dawn of the crack era. So I'm growing up in the middle of all of that.
Master P voice. But yeah.
Right. So you have a family who's like too busy making the money so that they can run the households. I was growing very fast. Like, I've looked older than I am since I was really young. And now that I'm a little older, I'm starting to look younger than I am. So
that's a fact. I was going to jump in and say that, but I knew that's where you was going. You look great. You look great. And I knew you for years. You look very good.
Thank you. But
I'm not hating on you either, because everybody thinks I hit on my guests. I don't hit on my guests. Okay, sometimes. it's okay. But go ahead, continue.
Don't judge him.
Crack drug era.
So yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so my environment started to respond to me in ways that aged me, that I started to get approached with different opportunities and different situations that a girl like much older than me would most likely run the risk of running into.
What you went to school in the Bronx, of course, right?
Yeah. Catholic high school.
Oh no.
and elementary school.
You were a Catholic schoolgirl.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
you know the stigma.
I know the stigma, but check this. I went to probably one of the only co-ed Catholic schools in the Bronx. So it's not like I went to an all-girls school and I step outside and all the all-boys school boys are already there at my gate. It's like I lived day to day with these guys and I had to smell them and I had to see them. And it was just like, I don't want this. So at least for us, the stigma, I wouldn't say stands.
Okay.
Not to throw anybody else under the bus, but
She's
I
saying
am.
all you girls that
I
went
am.
to St. James.
I'm sorry.
All you girls that went to St.
I'm
James.
sorry, St. Catherine's. I'm so sorry.
Well,
I'm St. Ursula. I'm sorry.
Well, rice groupies.
You know that.
But
was,
who wasn't a rice groupie? You weren't. You were too far.
I had a rice boyfriend once.
Oh shit! Maybe
I shouldn't have had one because I was like 13 and in middle school, but he didn't know that. When he found out, he immediately ended the situation, though. So
when he found out what?
He was a gentleman. That I was young and inexperienced.
Oh wait,
it wasn't about that life.
Oh, he was like.
He tried to put the feels on me, and I was like, well, I've never done this. And he was like, wait a minute, how old are you? He was taught well. He left. And it was his house.
Hey, shout out to that dude that fucked up. You missed out on a good
you were
girl
amazing.
for
I
not,
was way too young to
for
know
not
you.
waiting, you know.
I had no supervision. This is what I'm talking about.
No supervision?
Yeah.
I was similar, like, it was always me and my mother. You get what I'm saying? So like, and when we're speaking about
shout out to the single moms.
Shout out to the single moms, single parents, all of them. And that's one of the reasons why I loved like actually spending my time in the Bronx, because that was my freedom. Like when I was with my mom, I had to be in the house with her because she, you know, I'm her baby. You know what I'm saying? But when I went to my quote unquote cousin's house in the Bronx. Shit, I'd be out till like 12, 1 o'clock at night in the most dangerous part of the Bronx, but didn't know it because I knew everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it felt. Because that was still like the mob era New York. Like, we had it good.
Right.
Like,
if you
mob
was into
had it
shit.
on lock. Like, it was scary, but it was still a little safe when we was kids.
What? Maybe, right. It was certain places you knew not to go, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you getting fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it was still like, this shit is fun.
Yeah, you could still bust off your M80s on the 4th of July. Like we was chilling. We had sparklers, didn't get arrested. It was great.
Running through
sprinklers,
parking lots, sprinklers, anything.
Jumping on mattresses.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right?
That's gross.
Before I go, yeah, it's gross to us now. I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
Bed bugs.
Shit. I was when I was staying in Real Park Towers, right? My cousin, my big cousin, he put me on the basketball. Like, that's when I fell in love with basketball. No homo.
Okay.
So he took me to the Rucker, but I'm from Harlem, but I never been to the Rucker until I was staying with my cousin in the Bronx. But he brought me down there to see Rafer Alston, which is Skip to my Lou. So I'm you know, it's at that time in the '90s, the Rucker was like fucking the NBA. Being at an NBA game, it was almost better than being in the Garden. I lose my cousin, but I didn't know how to get home from the Polo Grounds to my mom's house. I could have figured it out, but I was also too scared to actually go to my mom's house because she'd have been like, well, who the fuck was you with? Where you can't find your way home, then I can never go to the Bronx again.
The Polo Grounds, though?
Is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had never been there before because, like I said, my mom, she didn't let me out when I was a kid like
never
that.
Returned.
So I went to the police. I
I
told them
that was the right thing to do.
I said, man, listen, I said I live in Real Park Towers, building 30. I don't remember the number. I don't know how I got back there, but they were like, how'd you get lost? And I'm just like, it was a lot of people. But if I'd have went home to my mother, and she would have saw me by myself,
she'd have lit it up. She'd have tore you up.
She'd have tore me up, and I'd have never seen Real Park Towers again. And thank God I went to those police officers because I wound up losing my virginity up there. You know, learn how to play ball really good up there. Yes, I'm pretty good still. in the Bronx, the culture is just different. I remember they used to have the Zulu Nation meetings in Cedar Park. What you know about that? Zulu Nation. Remember that?
I know about Boston Road Zulu Nation.
Ooh. Boston Road?
Yeah, like Gun Hill Projects Zulu Nation.
Gun Hill was tough. It was very tough.
Yeah, I lived in that ripple over there.
You ever shot somebody?
Nah.
That's why we don't do live tapings right there. Because if you just saw her face, you'd be like, "Nah, she lying."
Nah.
But you want to take the thing off your mic?
Pardon?
Would that make you more comfortable?
That is not how.
You want to take the prophylactic off the mic?
That's not how you keep your equipment safe, sir.
I'm just asking you. You seem like it's too close to you. I feel like she just took the condom off, ladies and gentlemen. No, everybody.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Tia, that was like a white girl voice. I'm having fun right now.
That was the white girl I'm about to snitch on you and get you in mad trouble voice. I don't know what he. Can you believe it?
Keep going. I like it.
Has that ever happened? Have you ever been in the middle of something and then somebody just like flipping on you and?
Me? No.
Right.
I'm too cool for that shit.
Good. Don't fall for it.
But what how do you do that? Do you practice that, or is that like something that you making fun of white women?
When I was a kid in elementary school, like that's just something that me and my friends did. Like we just made up voices. We were always like beatboxing on the tables and like making up stupid rhymes and making sounds. Like it's a thing. And as I got older, as we got older, as I got exposed to the world, like I can hear sounds and I'll just like I can
emulate them.
I can, yeah.
Are you like a parakeet?
Like, I could be, I guess.
I was on the elevator with a parakeet the other day. It was huge.
I don't know if it's some kind of musical inclination because
Right.
I did grow up like immersed in piano and classical music because I was a ballerina. So I don't know if it has something to do with that. The program was pretty serious, so could be anything.
You're vocally inclined.
Sound like that.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be in the comments. They're gonna listen. They're gonna be like, vocally inclined. That makes no sense.
It doesn't, bro. But
Well,
guess what? I got the cosign.
Exactly. There you go. Leave your fucking comments. TSN Radio, the show about nothing but yet about everything. We are not done. This is a new segment. I don't know what to call it yet, but I'm going to be doing one-on-ones with women. White girl voice. White women. White girls. White girls.
If you think about it,
Running through my mind. What was that from? You remember?
It's from BT Uncut. Like,
remember those days?
of course. I'm uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classico. I don't know if that means classic, but whatever. BT and cut white women. Okay. Let me ask you a question seriously, because I've been getting a lot of flack lately. I apparently have a thing for Iggy Azalea, right?
Yeah.
Just like I have a thing for Candy from Escape, and I'm immensely in love with Beyonce at the same time, like But
You're polyamorous mentally. I see.
Say that again.
Never mind. Yes.
No, say it.
You're mentally polyamorous. Like you have mad girlfriends in your brain.
That's just no. I don't want any of them as girlfriends.
Oh, I mean,
okay.
I guess that goes too.
All right, maybe Candy, but her husband used to work in my job, so I can't really like. I know Todd, but
I feel you.
I actually posted something yesterday and I had to take it down because I felt bad because I'm like, but I loved her before I knew I loved Candy. Sorry, Todd. Anyway,
Candy, he loves you.
Candy girl. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. All right. So anyway, I got this thing for Iggy, right? I think she's fine. I think she was fine before the surgery and all that. Like, what I'm saying? I don't see color, first of all. I just like what I like.
Oh my God, he's colorblind. Do you need glasses?
I don't want them. Even if I needed them, I don't want them because like I'm fine. I'm fine with like looking at people and actually, you're gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? And
Am I?
if you were a different tone, you know, your personality would just stick out to me the same way. Even if you look the same way, just like lighter or white, you know, either or.
I had to be going light skin and all of that. Why couldn't be mad chocolate? Never mind. You're saying all this to say that you love some milky azalea.
I like. Oh shit, that's a whole new name, milky azalea.
You heard it here first.
All right, so we're gonna take Azalea Banks and mix it with Iggy, and what Eminem said, put them in a pot.
I'd rather just have azalea.
I'd rather have Iggy.
That's where we differ.
Is it her music?
It's a lot of things about her, but one thing I can say, it has nothing to do with her skin. If anything, I'm hungry for that Australian swag that she hiding. You know what I'm saying? If she had came out here with some like Aussie digs on, spitting that Aussie slang with that Aussie twang, then I'd probably be a really big fan right now. But she came out in the same uniform that the rest of us is wearing, and it did not hold up to scrutiny. It failed hard. Poor Michelle.
She's still winning though. Maybe not musically, but like she's still a public figure though.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she gets paid a pretty penny to walk anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just not down with suckers. Now, if she came out and she like, you know, started to show her authentic self in her art, for me,
for anybody, I already know what your answer is.
I don't know about nobody else because everybody their own person and they got their own choices. But for me, if she came out again and she was like, all right, no bullshit,
I love her.
Then yeah, I'd want to see what's going on. I want to see what's up.
I love her.
But for what's been happening, like, my answer is no, Cash. Circle does not get the square. That means she don't pop.
Yeah, unless you take the circle.
She's nice to look at. I get that part, what you're saying, but for me, I'm not looking at her, so it's like, what else you got?
Don't get me wrong, like that's like one of those like that's like picture, you know, like Instagram kind of things. Like I
sent you a good replacement.
I didn't. Excuse the fire alarms, but that's Iggy. She's on fire, but. She was okay. She was okay. She wasn't to that level.
Listen,
I would prefer you though any day.
I'm taken.
No, I'm just saying I don't want you. I'm okay. You just fucked my whole thing up. All right, she's taking you niggas, and y'all won't see it because we can't.
He couldn't think because the siren was going by.
It was too.
He kept thinking about how hot Iggy was, even though. I don't know if
I was thinking about how Iggy was, but no, I get like black women like, and I do sometimes.
Her style is ice cold. It's just like.
I kind of troll my followers sometimes by posting her picture because I want to see who's gonna blatantly come out with some hate.
Me.
And it's you.
And you know what? It's not even hate. It's not even hate because you asked me why. She's fraudulent, fugazi.
But if I like her, I like her.
Phony. Yeah, you surely do.
You don't have to comment on it.
Of course I do. It's my timeline. Guess what? We're in this together on Instagram. Whatever you post, I gotta ingest that. And if I don't like it, you better hope I don't have nothing to say about it.
If she grew up in the Bronx.
If she was from the Bronx and she was up there talking that shit, even if she needed to go back to the drawing board and get her like
if she moved from Australia
stamina
to the Bronx,
up, then no. What if she moved from Australia to the Bronx?
That'd be weird. But I'm just saying, what if she did? Would she get a pass?
As a kid? As a kid?
13, 14.
Like she had to grow up in the middle of all that? And then she came out as an adult.
She grew up at like 17, but she was there from like 14 to 17.
No, sorry.
She doesn't get a BX pass?
Hell no. Hell no. You ever heard of the Hell No Challenge?
She can't get a BX 42
hell
single ride?
No, you can get this high school diploma and get the fuck out of here. Take your regents and get out.
That's fucked up.
Bye.
That's fucked up.
What? At least you graduated.
They say, yo, at least you got your degree. This is cool. We got about 10 more minutes. I hate saying that because I like to when I have an interesting guest, I like to keep them as long as possible.
And I talk. And I don't have anybody to talk to.
We can go.
Not about my opinions and my feelings. Like
you said, you were taken. Does your man not listen to you?
He has to hear every fucking thing that comes up and regurgitates out of my brain.
I would put up. I would if I was your man, I would put up with it.
He does.
It's very insightful.
Gratefully, he even like participates in it. Like,
yeah, it's engaging, but I can see where it could be annoying if it's at the wrong time.
Even if that did happen, it's like,
if it's sexy time, I don't want to hear about your opinion on certain issues.
Like, yeah, man, this economy is fucked up right now. Nah.
And he's like taking a shower, and he's just like, "Baby, you ready?"
Exactly. That's how it goes down in our home.
All right. Let's switch topics because I just pictured your boyfriend with a towel on. No homo.
It would be a towel dashiki and an Afro pick.
Good for him. Okay.
With some cowrie shells in a hair.
All right. You can't wait to get home, can you? I'm hating. Yes. To all listeners, yes, I'm hating. I'm single though.
Right here, ladies.
What? Right? Yeah. The thing in Chicago, and I said I wasn't going to touch on it because I don't know the details. I see people posting about what the girl put herself in a freezer, some shit like that.
Why?
Do you have an opinion on that, or do you want to speak anything on that?
Yeah, I have an opinion on it.
Speak up.
For everybody that's listening to this, listen very closely. I need you to pull out a pen and a piece of paper and take note of what I'm getting ready to say.
Relax and take notes.
All right.
While we take to the marijuana smoke.
When it comes to this situation, when it comes to your thoughts and your feelings about what couldn't have happened between her, the people that were present in the room, the security guard that kept coming to the room while they was in there partying, telling them to be quiet, the same guy who disappeared when they were all running around looking for her, what you need to do is mind your fucking business.
Mind your fucking business.
Yo,
you weren't there.
It's so hard to like be around people and be amongst people and have to hear the dumb shit that just be coming up from the heart and the gut. It's just like you should like process that before you spit it out. Like, I was at work today or at some other point in time and over these past few days, and there was a staff member and a client speaking about this very situation, and I hear the staff member say something like, oh, this, that, and the third didn't happen to that girl. People need to stop saying that. And for me, I wanted to turn around and be like, the fuck y'all know about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, with the
Batman meme slap, right?
Like if it wasn't for the work of Black Twitter, actually showing that people had like the energy and the heart to actually go through all this social media stuff, because obviously the system's not keeping up with us or with technology. So cops are not gonna, sorry NYPD, I just don't have any fucking, like, I can't rock with you. You haven't proven anything to me yet. So if it wasn't for them, then a lot of this stuff wouldn't be available for people to analyze and go through when it comes to trying to figure out what happened to this girl. But beyond that, your opinions and your feelings really don't fucking matter when it comes down to the truth. Like, those things literally do not matter. Like, there's nothing, like, nobody can connect to that but you. Like, you can try to make somebody feel you, but when you're dealing with, like, facts and situational evidence, which is, you know, shaky in itself. It's like you can't, putting your opinions out there and arguing with people, like, what's that doing? It's making your dumb ass sick. People wondering why they stressing, because you stressing over some shit that you don't, what you got? You got some outdated Snapchats. You got some outdated Twitter feeds. Y'all was passing around a fucking video of a girl who was like in front of a video, like with knives trying to slash herself, and then the cops came in. That girl wasn't even at that party. This is something that happened like a while ago. It's just like too much shit floating around, and it's toxic. It's toxic.
Very, very, very toxic. Very toxic, Avengerish.
Yeah. If you're gonna debate on some shit that's gonna like lift you up or get some bread in your pocket, like.
Right. This is like. Can you say that again, please?
If you're gonna debate about something that's gonna uplift you, those around you, or put bread in your pockets, please.
And I gotta
make
clap
it constructive. We grown.
If not, mind your fucking business.
Thank
or
you.
Shut the fuck up.
And if your business is loving hip hop, that's cool. Me too. Go watch that. Argue about that with somebody. But like, this is some real shit. Like, somebody actually died.
Right.
Some shit is actually fishy. A mother is actually mourning while recovering from surgery. Like, y'all need to just like, you got the story, you got the news. Like, do you know how many YouTube videos there are out there about this? That's just like,
and that's
reporting live from my living room.
And that's one reason why I kind of strayed away from it, because by the time I caught on to the story, people were like, "Oh no, this video was edited. Oh, there's a man behind the. If you look, somebody grabbed. There's a right arm. There's this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm one of those people. I'm like, if I don't know, I just don't know. You know, I wait till I hear facts or like, I hate to say it, even though like the news can be propaganda also, but like, I'll wait till I hear from a credible source, or at least what I think is a credible source.
Kenneka Jenkins.
Kenneka.
Just to actually
Jenkins.
say
Yes.
her name. Yeah, you should be doing that.
And what was the situation? Supposedly, she went to a party.
She was at a party turning up. I think it was her birthday.
Turn up. It's your birthday. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't be happy.
There was mad people in the room. They had like a hotel, you know.
Okay.
A hotel party. They was in high school. I wasn't doing shit like that in high school. Like, hotel parties came in college, Hampton, HU. But they were at a hotel party.
Mooresville.
There was allegedly some drinking and smoking of marijuana going on.
Shout out to marijuana.
There were a lot of noise complaints, so there was a security guard that kept coming to tell them to turn the music down.
Is this fact, or is this what you read from
this is what I've seen.
Publications.
This is what I've actually watched in the videos. I haven't read anything about this.
So the videos, like
the videos of the night
watch,
that the kids were streaming from the hotel room.
Are they authentic to you?
Yeah, she's in the videos.
She's in the video.
Like, you
okay.
can see her in the background,
Right.
and you can see how you can actually see her live in the living color, and not like that security camera, you know, splotchy, stretched out.
Right, because I seen one video, and I didn't even want to watch it, but it was like they were saying, "Oh, this ain't the same girl. She's way thicker than that." And they showed like one side, it was like a skinny girl. It was the same outfit.
The jeans was all cut up into different places. It was like, I know style, and I would say that these two girls showed up with the same outfit on. But it's hard to tell in that video because.
Do you think that somebody actually like maybe like not altered, but like actually made another video where they're like, okay, we're gonna throw them off by doing this? How fast can they do that?
What I can say about that video is that there are sections of it where it seems like the video was spliced, and I don't know if that's from the people who are actually republishing the video, like if they got the video from the police and then they cut it down to actually catch only the moments where she's in frame, but then just like sizing her up to the actual in color video, it's just like they say the camera adds 10 pounds, which is why we're not on film right now. But it's just like, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know if there was another shorty at the party with the same clothes on that might have been that drunk or inebriated or possibly drugged to be stumbling in the hallway like that. And that was a drug stumble. That wasn't no drunk stumble.
We don't know.
I was a young girl once with a weave.
But that doesn't mean you got the same stumble as everybody.
Yeah, it's just
I've got a unique stumble.
I also work with youth who are sometimes stumbling and bumbling, and it's just like her gait. I don't know. You're right.
No.
It is a subjective kind of thing. Like that's something that's individualized.
But as far as the camera adding 10 pounds, that would be cool because I need 10 pounds. 5. I take 5.
Get an Android.
I got an Android.
Oh, stay off iPhone. I hear that gets you snatched.
Wait, what?
I don't know. People be talking shit about their cameras.
iPhones get you snatched.
No, they be like, "Oh, your Android is all splotchy. Your videos look all sketchy."
And yeah. I don't even take
your pictures are stretched out, like your mom stretched
when somebody
out.
said when Billy or one of these people that I deal with the show.
Hi, Billy.
When they
you the one that don't like the Bronx, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Hi.
He go when he hear this, he gonna be smiling. He gonna put down his 2K controller or whatever. No, damn, you fucked me up. Said I can't get like a cash like that.
Hi, Kash. It's just it doesn't roll.
It
the
doesn't
same
ring
way.
like that. I know that's why he's the man. Anyway, no, but seriously, that's some real shit. I didn't want to get into it too much because, like I said, I don't follow. Like I don't know until I.
Right, and y'all don't know shit either. So keep your fucking opinions and your thoughts to yourself. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just I'm from the Bronx, and that's the language we speak.
She's from the motherfucking Bronx.
Hi, Cardi. Hi, Cardi.
All right, you gotta. Before we get out of here,
Are y'all making her number one yet? Like, how she? Are we there? Are we celebrating today? What's going on?
You're asking the people who are going to be listening. You're definitely not asking me.
Top 100. Oh. So we could talk about
yes,
Milky Azelia, but we can't talk about
Iggy.
Cardi. Cardi for the culture though. Cardi is for the culture.
She might be a culture vulture also.
How? She Trinidadian. How? She from the Bronx. Like she got a regular third wave immigrant experience, which is when all the people from the West Indies started moving to America. Like that's her path.
Okay, when she sits down with somebody and talks some hip hop knowledge, all right. Now, she could be factory made also. Where somebody say, you know what, you're pretty damn funny. You have a great following. People love you on Instagram because you talk with your tongue out. Every 3 syllables has the tongue out. You know what I'm saying?
When did you find out about her?
I used to see her on. They used to repost her just talking shit on Instagram.
Right.
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard her say.
Did you ever start following her right after that? Like, did you?
I don't follow her now.
Man, you missed out.
No, I can't stand the way she talks. I tell everybody that. I like the song though. I like Bodak Yellow and I like Red Bars or some shit like that.
Yes.
My thing with her is
you don't like lick. Run up on me, you get hit. Rah, rah, rah.
You ain't even rep that hard though. You said it like you ain't really want to say it though.
I ain't about that life right now. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm an adult.
You doing her?
I'm an adult. No, I'm not. I'm from the Bronx. That's
how y'all talk. I know Bronx girls though. They ain't not all like that. I know you. You're not. You
also
like,
thought I was quiet. It's just I didn't really have much to say yet.
You're interesting. Cardi Flea, right.
Hey, for the culture. Right like until she's number one, I'm Cardi Flea on Instagram and Twitter. So
you want
put the energy out there.
Do you want her to be number one for the Bronx or for women?
I think she'll close that spiritual hip hop cycle that we got going on. Because right now, Lauryn Hill's the only one that holds that record, right?
As far as a female that has a number one hit solo,
right,
with no features,
right. So there's like
I'm getting good, right? I know my facts and shit.
When you think about, we're going to get spiritual for a second. When you think about the Black Madonna, you think about the stories that come with it. So you've got this virgin, this holy virgin, and then you've got the Hua, Mary Magdalene and then Mother Mary. So if you got Mother Mary on one end with Lauryn Hill, then you got Mary Magdalene right here with Cardi B. It's like the two pillars. This is tree of life shit right here. You know what I'm saying? It's real metaphysical hip hop shit happening. You know what I'm saying?
And
from righteous to ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And back, it just.
All right, I'm digging it.
We can't get there unless we get there. It's just like we have to reclaim all that powerful sexual feminine energy, and I feel like Cardi B is that. Yes, it's like at the core of our nature. It's the
believing in your vagina.
It is our root chakra. It is our base. It's our base. So I feel like that's something that she naturally embodies, whereas other people, maybe Iggy, I don't know, have to actually put on that outfit and put on that flair and act that out, where she's not acting, she's just being, and in being,
how do we know
just
that,
as
though?
Lauryn Hill was in being, then something special happens.
Do we actually know though?
I mean, knowing is observing and experiencing. Now I never met her,
right,
but I have observed her from a very long time.
I respect that.
Before the Love and Hip Hop, like she was one of my favorite Instagrammers.
And I respect the fact that she ran on Love and Hip Hop and got off of it real quick.
She know where the springboards is at. She did it. She set a precedent. She showed people the blueprint.
But if you yourself,
Love and Hip Hop been trying to do that forever. There's always a Cardi B.
That's a fact.
And Cardi B did it. So.
But then again, there wasn't a Cardi B because she's very unique.
But think about everyone who went from the strip club to the mic.
I mean, Jocelyn.
She's one.
Jocelyn.
She jumped off in her own right. I know she's big in the Caribbean. She's got her music up here. Lots of people love her. Her personality. She is one, but she went a different route. Like a different manifestation came out of that.
What is Cardi B doing for the young girls' minds though?
She is showing them that you don't have to be a slave to your situation. It's not, if you want to get out the club and get on the mic, you could do that. It's if you get kicked out of home and you wind up with a nigga that's whipping your ass, it's okay if you have to make some decisions that you wouldn't normally make because we live in a society that's not going to fucking support you. You have to support yourself. And if you have a plan, you don't have to live there. You don't have to live at whatever you might think is the bottom, or you don't have to live in situations that you don't want to see yourself in a number of years. Like if you set a plan and if you find your strengths and if you play up what you got, you hit that lick, that opportunity, when you see that opportunity, if you're ready and you on point, then you can take the steps to do what it is that you got to do to get what it is that you want. Ambition, drive. Getting where you fit in and, get to the bag. Don't listen to nobody. Respect yourself. Yeah. Don't fix nothing unless you want to stunt and you feel like, you ready for something different. Because I know people was talking about her smile, which is actually another reason why she was an attractive person, because she was real. But that was almost like, and it might sound like oxymoronish. Excuse me, oxymoronic. That's a new word. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. But like the realness, and it was almost like a character at the same time. I mean, but that's what you have to have in the Bronx. Like that's a part of your just becoming. In the Bronx or the industry period. I think as black people in New York, if you don't have that alternate self to like show the world and to like maneuver and to get what you want, attract the things that you want, repel the things that you don't want, you're gonna get ate. It's your ego. Dog, so yeah, it's your ego. Like, dog eat dog world. Dogs eat crabs. Nah, for years I thought the saying was dog eat dog world. Like after Snoop shit came out. Nah, dog eat dog. I didn't know it was dog eat dog after to like 95. I'm sorry, I was a little slow. Shizzle. I didn't say that. I'm on the track with the big Snoop. Nah, you brought him up. Nah, that's the homie. Dope. Yeah. Shout out to Cardi B though, man. I hope she is number one. But at least we love you. We do. It's just Cardi number one. Cardi number one. Cardi for the culture. Throw a parade in the Bronx. Yeah. And I guarantee I have somebody that'll have the one of those big banners up. Cardi Flea. Instagram. Twitter. Shit. CARDI _FLEE. Right. Why can't be Flea like FLEA, like Harlem get fly shit, like Flea, like Cameron shit? It is, but that's a very specific to Harlem thing. You're not jacking that? That's like a clear indicator that I'm from Harlem, and I'm not. So I went with the more. But you like Harlem though, right? New school. Of course, Harlem is a part of the reason why we're here. Tell me I'm lying. Harlem, yeah. I'm thinking boats and slavery and... But then I had to think about a little more recent. I had to think about like the 40s, after exactly the Renaissance. Like that's. And I had to think about now as like right now while we're here because this is the new Renaissance. It's happening. I'm just saying like the Harlem Parade and shit like that. Like when people meet. Did you hear? Whatever. Go ahead. I got distracted because you said Harlem Parade. Yeah. I wanted to get into that before we end it off. I just know sometimes you meet great people at the Harlem Parade sometimes.
You become friends with them for a long
I
long
tried
time.
to tell people the Harlem Parade is popping.
It was.
It was.
I didn't even know it was this past
The
Sunday.
90s, though. It was the
Oh,
90s. We still had the culture going.
In the early 2000s.
That, too. But that's when it started to get, like,
It,
shaky.
people started fucking it up. But it was like, I didn't really, late 90s, early 2000s, the Harlem Parade, the Hot 97 float was like the biggest thing on earth. I literally seen Nori in front of Drew Hamilton Projects going, what, throwing up the blood sign, and every blood in the hood was right there throwing it right back at him, and he just was on the float, and I was like, damn.
Because that's what keeps the culture pumping if you ever pay attention to the background of hip-hop. But that's more science.
And that goes back to what you were saying earlier, right?
Yeah.
What did you call it? What
The
was
warrior
term?
class.
There you go.
Yeah. Y'all have a very, very, very big charge. Y'all have a very big responsibility. And I just look forward to the day where y'all listen to somebody. Or you can find someone to trust to get you back on track.
Do you want to end this, or do you want to keep going? Do you have anything else to say?
I do have a question about the Harlem Day Parade because
Let's talk. We can keep this going. I can run. I'm running a good time.
So I missed it, but I heard that there was a uninvited float. It was like
Wait.
like a Trump float.
An uninvited float.
There was a Trump float out there, like a Make America Great Again float.
At the Harlem Parade?
Yes.
Excuse me. The African American
Day Parade. That's right. You stealing it for your borough. That's not even I'm not even gonna say it.
We're an entity.
Right. Yep. Morningside Heights. So
high.
Y'all know so high. What do they call it? So bro. Y'all need to
you know what they consider my block right now? Wobra. West side of Broadway.
To all the gentrenials moving to New York.
Ooh, new word, gentrenial.
Yeah, gentrifying millennials. More so to the people, the natives around you, like y'all really need to get these folks acclimated to the environment because they fucking it up, y'all. You gonna turn around and next thing you know, you're not gonna know how to find your way home because they're gonna rename everything. I discovered this block and man, I put a Starbucks on it.
And then I moved out.
and then, did you hear about the bodega boxes?
Talk to me.
Yo.
Of course I did because I'm always up on everything.
Of course.
But explain to the people that are listening about the bodega boxes.
I want to say this company's name, but I'm not going to because
I would think they would just have bananas and apples in them. And a cat.
You would think.
When you say bodega boxes.
And the woman who stole the bodega cat, there's just too much crimes going on against the culture, y'all.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But these bodega boxes that are being brainstormed by this up-and-coming company, they're trying to basically replace bodegas and mom-and-pop shops in the city, namely the Bronx. And it's like, okay, so they're going to take each building, they're going to find out what each person's buying preference is, and then they're going to stock these machines according to that preference, as if that would work. But it's like you want to put mom and pop shops out of business. You want to put bodegas out of business in a city whose laws protect mom and pops and bodegas by keeping out shit like fucking Walmart in the first place. You're going to come in here and think you're going to try to okey doke everybody? Like, no. This idea is stupid. Yes, it's culturally insensitive. No, I don't give a fuck that wasn't your intent. Your intent does not match the impact, and you can't fucking apologize for that. Don't take it back to the drawing board. Take it outside and let somebody live in it. No bodega box. Boo. Nobody wants your fucking box. The box can't argue with you about shorties that you bring home at 3 a.m. and who won the World Series and whether or not they got Lucy's. Like, this is... The bodega box cannot talk back. And it can't talk back. Like, there's no personality. There's no people. You trying to siphon more money out of the fucking neighborhood. Like, get out of here. If you're not going to set up home and set up shop, don't fucking look over here.
If somebody offers me some money for this show or for what I'm doing and they feel like I'm a great person, can I bring you on board if the amount's right?
I've been waiting for that question, and you know what? We have to see what the amount is. But yeah, keep me posted.
I just fell in love.
It's so fun.
Only because she's black in person, but like she sounds like a white girl. So obviously, I love that kind of shit.
I learned how to survive, Cash.
I know you. It's all right. It's all right. We're not strangers. We're not strangers. Bodega Box.
Fuck
Say
that.
no.
Fuck that.
You're very opinionated. You have a lot to say.
I try to hold it in all day. That's why.
Yeah, this is why this is such a great outlet. 10 minutes, 5 more minutes. I swear, that's it, and we're done. We're doing an hour straight. Fuck it. Makes no sense to go off for 50 minutes.
I win. Hi, Billy.
Billy, shout out to Billy D, Inky J, Miss K, Godiva D, Coco, aka
Coco. Hey, I like that name.
She's all about that melanin. Melanin.
Hey, girl, you need a new bestie?
Nah, she good. I do.
You're not a black woman, though.
See,
you're not a black female identified person. That's just.
I get emotional. I get upset sometimes when people piss me off.
Doug should cry that shit out, nigga. Don't fucking go bust nobody in the head with it. Like,
I cried last year in front of somebody, and I was so. It was so relieving.
How did that person take it?
She took it on the chin.
That's right. If you the type of person to tell a grown man not to cry, you a sucker ass nigga.
And it was just like a breakdown. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me being soft, but like I said, I think we were speaking about this earlier. Like when I believe in people. You okay over there? Little strong whiff.
I got asthma.
Asthma, right. Asthma's attacking her. But no, I was.
Papers.
And then afterwards, like, I had a whole conversation with my other homegirl about what I did, because I was like, yo, am I a sucker? And she was telling me, she was like, no, you know what it is? Like, sometimes the black man is, like, looked upon as weak if they do show emotions or something like that. And I full-blown cried.
Which is some slave shit. Y'all are precious. Y'all are sacred. Don't let nobody tell you different.
You sound like... Viola Davis, am I correct?
Viola Davis,
yeah. I didn't even say that. I didn't even see that movie Fences.
Me neither, but yay, black people. No, but I did hear Issa Rae say she was rooting for everybody black, though. I heard that, though. Did you hear that? I know you did.
I don't pay attention to Issa Rae.
Well, if you heard it, you'd have been like, damn, you my favorite.
I tried to watch the show Insecure. Is that the one? That's her show, right?
Yes.
I tried to watch it.
Yes.
Yeah, I tried. It's not for me.
Okay. Have you been able to take in any of her other productions?
Like what? I don't know what else.
So she actually is for the culture. Issa Rae is also for the culture. She took advantage of the platform that YouTube was turning into over the past couple of years or the past decade.
What, like YouTube Red?
No, like YouTube free 99. Mad Ratchet YouTube. She was making good content with good actors, black people, black stories, black storylines, and she was bringing them to life. One of the ones that they talk about the most is Awkward Black Girl, which I, in my heart, feel Issa on the new show is a rebirth and an evolution of Awkward Black Girl, but not yet fully realized. So she's like, I feel like she's still on a journey. But the content is good. Like, I'm getting back into catching up. There's one right now that I think you should check out called Giants, since we were just talking about black men and their preciousness, needing to be able to be a soft mask if you want.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, thank you for the shout out.
Wear a pink do-rag if you feel like it, killer. And it'd be okay. But Giants is a series that she put together that addresses like mental health in the black community, which, you know, I'm all for right now. And that's my life.
And that's what I think. That's a big thing when you grow up, because I was so carefree. Like, I didn't think about shit like that. Like, I didn't wake up and be like, oh, I gotta go to work. Now, like, I got older and I'm just like, now you know the terms and shit. I'm like, oh, my anxiety's kicking in. You know what I'm saying? Before it'd be like, oh, I hung out too late last night. Now it's like, oh, this damn anxiety, I need a pill, or like.
I mean, it could be.
I sit there and I'm just like, and I mope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before I'd be like, all right, somebody upset me. Now I'm like, oh, I'm depressed.
But that's what the art is supposed to be for. It's supposed to put characters in those situations and show you how to work your way through it and show you different ways instead of what we're being fed, which is characters in those situations throwing themselves under the bus.
Right. So, you like Seinfeld?
When I was a kid and it was on, yeah.
You know that's my favorite show of all time, right?
I've heard.
Like there's nothing stopping me from ever watching that show.
Yeah, I mean, I respect that more than the Iggy thing, obviously.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just relating to like.
What did you think about what Kramer said, though?
He had a meltdown. You know.
Good answer.
He did. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. Like, you know what? I never really talked about that actually. Like, that's pretty damn good. Because
that's why I'm here.
I know you. I wish whoever's gonna offer me the money, my staff is ready.
Hey.
I got somebody. She's gonna have her own shit though, cause she's tough. She has an X on her.
Yeah, I got the black X on my chest.
On the chest.
That's
yeah,
Malcolm.
It's not a tattoo. It's just like an X, cause she's representing. But okay, so when I watched it hurt my heart. I had to take a 2-year, 3-year, maybe hiatus from watching Seinfeld just because of him.
Mm-hmm. Which I understand. Our favorites.
I had to get over it.
Your favorites can be problematic sometimes.
And that's the thing that brought me back because I said, you know what? How many people have we seen?
R. Kelly, is you about to say R. Kelly?
You can use him as a
because he's still popping though.
I just seen something today. The girl said that he had an older girl train her when she was like 15. Like they gonna
because that's how it goes. They just spitting old game. Like the question is why? Like why? He's been doing this the whole time. Why now? What?
He must have a lot of money.
There must be. He must have something.
Because I mean I know he has a lot of money, but I mean he must have a lot of money because these women are coming. The girl said that she was trained and he would like show up and just be naked, and the older woman would tell her how to please him. Now,
are these girls saying? What are they saying about their consent to be down? Was they with the shits at one point or not? Like, was they with the shits and then they were like, I'm not with these shits though, and then want to back out, or was it just like? From
what I'm seeing, they all were with the shits.
Okay, so knowing that, right?
I loved him.
All this man is doing is putting them on the game. Now, if this is not your cup of tea, then obviously you need to leave. And if there's no safe word, then
right.
If there's no safe word, don't go around R. Kelly and tell all your friends. If there is a safe word, then there is a community. There's a kink community. It's not like nobody knows what S&M is or domination and submission. Right. It's like, people live this life and he's got the money to be able to support this kind of lifestyle. Right. And so it's like, if you don't think they were captive where they couldn't ever leave, though. If you could tap out, y'all need to stop trying to throw this man under the bus and let him do his kink with girls that are 18 and over.
No, seriously, because I'm like, that is funny.
It's facts.
But I'm thinking like, I don't think this dude has like this mansion in Chicago, or wherever his mansion is, where like you can't get out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like TV shit.
It just sounds like some kinky shit. Now, if it comes down to the point,
tunnel to get out that shit or something like that.
If you don't have a safe word and you cannot revoke your consent, or you are not able to give your consent, then you don't fucked up and you need to dial 911, bitch, and hope you got your location on. So they could find you.
Shit, now, yeah, because when he was doing
Children of the Night, go to that website if you are in a situation where you cannot get the fuck out. Children of the Night.
Children of the Night.
.org.
.org.
Dr. Lee, the mom, Lois, I love you.
You're an awesome person. We're gonna end it off.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can talk to you all night, literally. But we can't do that because you've got big things to do. That was a lighter, by the way.
Yeah, like get on the. I don't know what he's talking about. That's the train, the MTA. You know,
Shout out to Billy again. Stop fucking
hey,
with my man.
Billy.
Wait till you meet her. Speaking of the MTA.
He works for the MTA?
Yeah.
My uncle works for the MTA.
A lot of my friends work for the MTA. And I can't get to fucking work on time because the one train is always late, even though I'm 10 minutes away from my job.
Do you text them when that happens? Like, nigga, what the fuck? Your
nah,
friends.
I don't want them to fuck the train up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Y'all operating. I dig.
Don't even look down. Like, oh, that my nigga cat. But I tell you the coolest thing ever. Before we get out of here, my man, he did work the one, not Billy, but another guy. He did do the one train one day, and I went downstairs to the train, and I was chilling. I was waiting for the train. The train came. I got on, and instead of him saying next stop 96, he said, "Yo, big shout out to my man Kash on the train right now. Have a good day, bro." And the doors closed. It was the coolest thing ever. I was so happy. Like,
so is he the MVP?
For that, yeah, he's definitely she's joking. TSA and radio, the show about smoking. I mean, the show about nothing.
I have asthma.
The show about nothing, but yet about everything. Cash De Niro, I'm doing it. Excuse me. Do not Google Cash De Niro. I'm not gay. I don't do that stuff that dude is doing.
Oh,
Cash,
is there a reason you had?
Yes. Cash Thomas. We'll talk about it off the air. Cash Thomas.
That's crazy.
The Bronx Witch.
Yeah,
Cardi Flea.
Hey.
The BX in the building.
Streaming for the culture.
Doing it for the culture. Streaming it for the culture.
Watch Issa's shows for the culture on YouTube.
Iggy Azelia for the Aussie culture.
Bye.
Peace.
Azelia Banks.